I make a lot of different videos on this channel, and this one specifically is going to be finance related. So if you're clicking on this, you might be interested in how much it is to live in an RV. I wanted to kind of break that down for you guys. We've been doing full-time living, my husband and I, for 2 months now. So I wanted to kind of break down how much we've been spending for the past 2 months. And it is going to be now our permanent price point because we are going to be long-term here. We plan on staying in this RV location for a little over 6 months to a year, if not longer. So I will be checking in for a while with RV content. Trust, there's going to be so much RV content coming your way. Specifically though, this one is going to be how much we spend in a month. It's going to include our utilities, our grocery bill for 2 people. It's also going to include how much our lot rent is, what utilities are included, internet, all of that good stuff. So stay tuned. A little bit about how we got into our RV is my husband and I lived in Austin, Texas together. We did live in a home that we purchased in 2019, and up until this year 2024 we both decided that we just wanted to completely change our living situation because I have lived in Texas my whole life, and at the point in my life I really wanted to just move out and explore and see what the world has to offer. And my husband, being from the Midwest, was down to kind of go back to his area. He's from Illinois, so being in Tennessee, it felt like home, or more of like what he's used to. So for us, Tennessee was the perfect choice among many other things, is why we picked Tennessee. But the reason we are staying in a camper is because we are still in the process of selling our house. It has been on the market for about 77 days now, and that's been really stressful. And so we've been looking at our finances more, because until you sell a home, you are still paying on it. So even though we're in the RV and we have all of our expenses for the RV and all of that, on top of it, we are still paying for our mortgage back in Austin, Texas. So please pray for us that we sell our home. We are praying every day because it is a financial strain, but all in good, God's timing. I know it's all gonna work out, but in the moment, it's stressful. So while we are selling our house, we are living in an RV because we just really didn't want to go to an apartment lifestyle. We didn't want neighbors on the sides and on top and below. We didn't want neighbors. You kind of lived in a home, you're used to just you and your partner. And so having a whole new bunch of people living around you and then a huge parking lot of people trying to get out, that just didn't sound like something we'd want to jump into. It's just not in our nature. Second of all, we could have done Airbnb or a rental home, but for those rates, we were like, that's pretty much 2 mortgages at that point. We didn't want it. So we got a little unconventional and decided to live in an RV for just the low cost of living, and honestly, just because why not? We had a perfect opportunity to try that right now, and so that's what we did. Let's get into the numbers. At the first site that we stayed, monthly rent was $600. We did move to a new park now that we are planted in our firm location where my husband's work is, and this location we were totally fine with paying more because of the amenities and the location that we're at. And the little site pad that we're on is like twice as big. Definitely give you guys an updated RV tour and kind of where we're staying without showing where we're staying specifically. But there's definitely amenities here that did make the price jump worth it. And so now our plot stay month to month is $900. So even though we went from $600 to $900, that $300 divided by 2 people is $150. So I'm paying an extra $150 a month, which I like to divide by 4, and then that kind of breaks it down to a weekly cost. I will show you guys some of the perks that made it worth the extra $300 very soon. But we are financing our RV. So our RV payment every month is $400. I need to put on the screen how long we did our term. We did the longest term possible because we just didn't know what our job situation, all these kind of different things were going to be. And so we wanted to make sure we had it over the longest amount of time. So we got our utility bill at the first location at the end of the month. I believe it was exactly $145, something like that. So just to summarize, we have the grand total for staying at this current location is $900. Plus we spend $145 in utilities. On top of that, the RV payment, which is $400. So right here is your lot stay, If you are financing your RV and your utilities, that comes to $1,445. Let's talk internet. There are a couple different options if you're going to be doing RV internet. The most common is the King Wi-Fi, the King internet, which we do have. That works if you stay at a park that has established internet. You would use your King to tap in to your park's Wi-Fi. If your park does not offer Wi-Fi, we bought a Verizon hotspot box. That is unlimited internet, and so that one was a really good option for us because it had like lightning speed internet for us that was meant for residential. So even though we were in an RV, we got like residential type we got residential type Wi-Fi that was super fast and like all the extra gigs or whatever. So those are your two options. If you don't have internet, I highly recommend at the park, if they don't have internet, to get the Verizon box. But if they do, the King Ranch is what we're going to end up doing at this RV park, because I will say the RV park that we have here has internet. So before, at the other park, I was spending $80 a month for Verizon. You just make like a plan, month-to-month plan. There was no contracts. So that's something to keep in mind. Our cost can be either $0 if your park has Wi-Fi or $80. So my husband and I have been trying to eat at home more and really dial in our grocery budget. So in our household, it is myself and my husband, and we have dialed in the numbers, and it officially cost us $800 a month, and that is coming up $100 from when we had it at $700. For the longest time, that's how much it cost us to eat every month, but it has gone up. I will say we are trying to eat more protein and more hamburgers and steaks in our grocery budget now. I don't know, I feel like $800 is a lot. $400 per person, I don't know how it adds up so fast. We pretty much just reorder the exact same thing every single month, the same amount of milk, iced coffee, eggs, bacon, ham, cheese, tortillas. It's like the same 10 things, and somehow everything just becomes more. I don't know. Something to keep in mind for two people, I would at least say in today, at the time of this recording, about $800 for two people that just want to eat comfortably. We are not getting just beans and rice, of course, but we're also eating at home almost every single meal. In fact, we've also started budgeting our fast food. But that's just to give you guys an idea of how much it would cost just straight off the top to live at an RV park. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any more questions, I would love to answer them in the comments below. I know it can seem overwhelming, and if you like to plan like myself, you want to kind of know everything you're getting into before you actually move. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Oh, that's my ice machine. If you haven't seen our RV tour, I will leave that for you guys, because this ice machine I cannot go without. So yeah, it's making ice for me right now. Let me see. There we go.